All right, I'm joined now by Jacob Larson, a pollution prevention specialist with K-State's Pollution Prevention Institute. Jacob, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing well. Better now that you're here to talk about America Recycles Day, right? It is today.
It is today. That's
okay.
Right.
Are you celebrating in any way?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
So tell me just a little bit about what America's Recycles Day is all about. And I mean, I didn't even know this was a day, so that's awesome.
Yeah, so it actually started out as Texas Recycles Day, and I believe back in 1994. But it's expanded out across the country, and now it's America Recycles Day. Millions of folks all across the nation are taking part in it, and it's a day to really consider what we're wasting, what we're throwing into the trash, and what happens after it leaves our hands.
And so that's why it's important really to have this type of day to get people kind of, you know, more aware of what they're throwing away, where they're throwing it away, right. Those type of things?
Right, absolutely, yeah. So as it stands, we are, we create quite a bit of waste, unfortunately, and half of that waste goes into the landfill. And, well, America Recycles Day is important because we want to try and tackle that sort of waste issue. Okay,
and so, you know, speak a little bit more on the issue itself, if you wouldn't mind just expanding on landfills as a whole. That is why they're such an issue.
Yeah, absolutely. So this might sound a little bit doom and gloom, so bear with me. But we've consumed more resources in the past 50 years than we have in all of prior history.
Wow.
Right? So it's quite a bit. And the resources that we are consuming nowadays is about 95% non-renewable. So there's a lot of non-renewables going on. And all of those resources, they have to be used someplace. And when it's used in goods, well, up to 3/4 of those goods are actually trashed in less than a year. So, and like I mentioned, 50% of that actually ends up in landfills. And, well, that waste has inherent value, and if it goes into a hole in the ground, you can't really get back that value.
Yeah, and it takes a while to go away, right?
Ooh. Oh, yes.
Quite some time.
Yes.
Well, what are some things that our viewers can do, or people that are watching right now can do to help this issue and help get those things out of the landfills?
Yes. So there are 3 things that I'm encouraging folks to do, and that is to learn, to act, and to share. Okay. And that's a little bit vague, so I'll explain
Easy
more
enough,
detail.
right? Yeah, give me a little bit more detail.
It sounds good. So learn. Learn about the 3 R's and how they can apply to your life. And the 3 R's is to reduce, reuse, and recycle. And when it comes to recycling, learn how to recycle right. And this is important because there's a lot of confusion. What some people can recycle over here, they can't recycle over there. And what these people can recycle, they can't recycle over there. So there's a lot of confusion, and that confusion can lead to contamination in the recycling stream. And when you have contamination in the recycling stream, that can lead to those recyclables being thrown in the landfill. Right? So we want to reduce that contamination, and that's why it's important to recycle right. Contact your local waste hauler and learn what their guidelines are.
Okay.
So after learning about that, right?
After reducing, reusing, recycling, learning about those things, what's my next step?
Go ahead and actually act on what you learn. Right? So try and do that reduce, reuse, recycle at home. And then when you do recycle, recycle right. And to go a step further, if you need to buy anything, try and buy product that is actually made out of recycled materials, because that does actually help the recycling market.
Okay.
So after acting, share.
Okay,
right?
The biggest one, right?
Share, exactly. Encourage other folks to learn about it and to also act. The more people that are going around and doing these things, the stronger recycling actually is.
Okay, so make sure that you're spreading what you learn, what you're acting on, so that other people can do the same, right?
Exactly.
And so what would you say to skeptics who think recycling is a waste of time?
Yeah, so that's a really big concern, actually. I hear it a lot from just acquaintances, just people I meet. And what I say is that, you know, it actually works. Recycling does happen. In 2018, we as a nation generated about 292 million tons of trash, right?
That's a lot of trash.
It's a lot of trash. But 25% of that was actually recycled. And if we include composting, that goes up to about 1/3. So it does happen. There is room to improve, though, right?
Yes.
With 50% being landfilled. So America Recycles Day, right? It's all about that learning, that acting, and that sharing, so we can improve that rate on recycling.
And obviously people are actually recycling based off those numbers that you're sharing with me. So is there any other tips for people that are, you know, maybe confused on what they should be recycling? Anything else that you have to offer those people?
Absolutely. So I've got a couple of tips, and one tip is, when you reach out to your local waste hauler and you see what their guidelines are for recycling, you'll probably notice that there are a few items off that list. So a lot of recyclers won't accept plastic bags. A lot of recyclers won't accept electronic waste or textiles, and that doesn't mean that's not recyclable, though. So there are a lot of resources you can go to, such as earth911.com or iwannaberecycled.org. And they can show you where you can actually take those items to be recycled. So,
okay.
Do we have enough time?
I would love to hear more. No, please give me more tips. I want to hear them.
Okay, so next tip has to do with hazardous waste, right?
So that sounds a scary one.
It sounds a little bit scary. It does, because in everyday life we use cleaners. Some people might have oil-based paints at home, and some people might have pesticides and those sorts of things, right? So what do you do with that if you want to dispose of it? Well, you can take it to your local household hazardous waste facility, and they can actually recycle it or reuse it. So, and if they can't do that, well, they can appropriately dispose of it. So, local household hazardous waste facility can take those wonky, terrible, scary-sounding items
away from your home and into theirs, right?
Exactly.
Okay, and I guess if you do have questions or you need help with recycling, where can I go? Because honestly, I do have a lot of questions when I, get a wine bottle that I want to recycle. Do I put that in the green bottles or do I put it in, it's just, there's so many questions. So where do I go if, I need to get some help about this?
Yeah. The first one is to contact who it is that actually handles that recycling. See what they say. If you can't get good information from them, go on ahead and search online, right? So there are a lot of resources. I mentioned Earth911. I mentioned iwannaberecycled.org, but you also have EPA.gov. You also have recycling partnerships.
Google.
And Google, exactly.
Yes.
And so if you still can't find the answer, you can always reach out to us at sbeep.org, and we can try and help you find resources.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Jacob. And hey, get out there and recycle today, right?
Yes.
And always, it's not just a today thing, it is a everyday thing.
Everyday thing. Recycle right.
Okay, well, thanks so much, Jacob. We appreciate it.